Good morning and happy Easter. I'm going to call this pyjama yoga. Obviously I'm having a little break and I wanted to leave you with a gift. This is something you can literally just get up, roll out of bed and do in your pyjamas. Clearly a sign that my ego has disappeared. So it's not going to be a long practice, but just enough to feel a really good stretch and a squeeze. So come to the front of your mat. I'm going to just start with a little bit of stretching. Breathe in. Take hold of the left wrist, pull on that left arm so it goes up to the sky, and exhale over to the side. And pushing your hips over to the left, just feeling through that stretch in your side body. And don't be afraid to close your eyes and just feel into your body and feel how that feels to you today. Inhale up, pull up on that right wrist and just send it over to the left. Sending your hips over to the right. Just feeling into that. Don't stress it, but just easing off the tension from the night's sleep or maybe the day before you, wherever you've decided to do this today. Inhale, arms rise. We're going to take those arms out to the side, reach them back around, clasp your fingers together, so interlink those fingers, lift your hand, push your arms away from you. Take a nice deep breath in, and as you exhale, perhaps you drop your head back. Lifting your head up, raise your arms up to the sky. Hands come together in prayer. Samasiti. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, bend your knees and gently scoop your body down to the floor, Uttanasana. The aim of the game with an Uttanasana is to get your fingertips and your toe tips in line. If you're feeling quite tight this morning, don't force it, just maybe you rock from side to side, just feeling into the best posture for you today. Inhale, look forwards and straighten, pushing your hips towards the wall behind you. And instead of going straight into that fold, just feeling for that lovely stretch down the backs of your legs. Your hands can come to your shins, your thighs, or the floor. It doesn't matter where your hands are as long as it feels good in your body. As long as it feels like it's serving your body. Gently breathing in through your nose, and on every exhale just trying to release a bit of the tension. Perhaps without knowing it, you're holding stress in your shoulders, and perhaps you let that go now. Pushing through your heels, gently raise up with a flat back, reach up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, float it down, bend your knees, forward fold. Inhale, look forwards and straighten. Exhale, raising up with a flat back. Really reach up today, like the first stretch of your morning. Float it down, bend into your knees. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, shoulders back and down, making sure they're not coming into your ears. And this time I'm going to step back with your right leg, taking your right knee down. Take a look at your foot in front of you, make sure it's in between your hands. Untuck your back toes if you feel like that feels good for you. And we'll not raise up just yet, just leaning into that front leg, starting to stretch through that hip flexor there. Really planting into all four corners of your front foot. Trying to maintain a nice flight back. And then we're going to take that right hand down underneath your shoulder. Just get a nice stretch up with that left hand. Going into a nice easy twist there. Nice deep breath in. Long breath out. And if that doesn't feel good for you, maybe you just bring your hand to your hip. Just to get a nice twist. Feeling into that psoas muscle, feeling into that hip flexor. And from here, we're just going to take our arms up on Asana. Perhaps you pull out of it a little bit today. Maybe it's not serving you to go too deep. Shoulders out of your ears. Perhaps you really want a good stretch and you want to really lean into that front leg. Just whatever feels good for you and your body. Inhale. Exhale, fingertips touch the earth. Tuck your back toes and step back into plank pose. Retain your breath. Pushing hard through all 5 fingers, spreading your fingers as wide as they can go. Making sure that your shoulders track in line with your wrists. Nice tight tummy, nice flat back. Gaze is just over your nose. Lower down, knees down, chest down, chin come all the way down. Inhale, roll up, coming into cobra pose. And make it a small cobra, so to make sure you're doing that, just bring your the tips of your fingers to the floor, roll your shoulders back, squeeze into that upper back. Don't take your head back either, just gently stretching through the back of your neck, squeezing through your shoulder blades. Plant your hands, tuck your toes, come to your knees, and push back into downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Spend a little time here, just letting your head drop, making sure that effort is as much in your legs as it is in your hands. Trying to push your hips up to the sky. Breathe in, breathe out. Deep breath in, breathe out. One more time, deep breath in, breathe out. Look to the front of the mat. We're just going to take that right foot forward, bringing that left knee down. Spend a little bit of time here once again. Just feeling for how that feels to you today. And just gently, with each posture, just letting that tension release or reduce. And then we're going to pull our hips back to the wall behind us. 5 toes point to the sky, Ardha Hanumanasana. You can put blocks here if you want to, as long as you're not too scooped in your back and just really feeling through that stretch in the back of your front leg. Inhale. Exhale. Bending into the front knee once again, arms rise up. Inhale. Exhale. Taking those hands to the floor, tuck your back toes, lean back a little bit so that you can place all 4 corners of that front foot on the floor and step forwards. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, look forwards and straighten. And bend your knees and fold. And pushing through your heels, raise your arms up to the sky. Hands come together in prayer, Samsiti. Inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, flatten down, bend your knees and fold. Already starting to feel the differences in the sides, gently rock side to side. We're going to take that left leg back, bringing that left knee down. Spending a few minutes here, just feeling for the stress that you may be feeling from the day before you. Perhaps you're starting to notice tension in your neck. Whatever that is to you today, just gently feel into it and gently releasing it. Placing your left hand down on the floor, gently reach your right arm up to the sky. And if that doesn't feel good for you, just bring your right hand to your hip there. Whatever feels good, really pushing in through that left hand to get a lovely stretch down that side body. Taking that hand down to the floor, raising your arms up to the sky. Again, Then perhaps you pull back a little bit, or maybe you really, really relish in that stretch in your hip flexor. Pushing into the back of your foot, of your back foot, and the four corners of that front foot. Inhale. Exhale. Taking those hands down to the floor, tucking your back toes. Send your left leg back, holding your plank pose. Retain your breath, retaining that prana, life force, ki or chi. Lower down, release your apana, your out breath, knees down, chest down, chin. Inhale, roll up, bhujangasana, cobra pose. Perhaps you make this one a little bigger this time. Hands can be under your shoulders, making sure that your elbows are tucking in, so no splaying out of your elbows, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Tuck your toes, come to your knees, push up and back, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Shake your head yes. Shake your head no. Once again, pushing equally through your hands and your feet. Working your heels back towards the mat below you, your hips up towards the stars above you. Inhale. Exhale. Perhaps you pedal your feet up. Perhaps you've noticed more tension on one side than the other and you want to dedicate this time for that. Inhale. Exhale. Looking to the front of the mat, rock your weight to your right slightly and then gently step forward with your left foot. Inhale deeply. Again, just staying here for a few breaths. Always have a look at that back foot as well, make sure it's not sickling in. Feeling for that stretch. Spending time in your head, and any thoughts that come to you about anything other than your practice, just gently wish them away. They have no place here today. Give yourself this time. Inhale. And as you exhale, we're gently going to pull those hips back. Ardha Hanumanasana. Toes can be flexed or pointed, whatever feels good in your body today. Maybe you have tight shins, so you point your toes. Perhaps you want to feel it more in your hamstring. And you keep a nice straight back if you can. Walking your weight forwards, raise your arms up, Anjaneyasana. Back toes can be tucked or untucked. Again, just feeling for that lovely stretch. Inhale. And as you exhale, bring your hands down to the floor, tuck your back toes, step forwards, Uttanasana, forward fold. This time take hold of each elbow, coming into a ragdoll and just draping your body over. Hands come to the floor. Inhale, look forwards and straighten. Exhale, bend your knees and fold. Push through your heels, gently raise your arms up to the sky. And draw your hands into heart center. Inhale deeply. Exhale. We'll do one breath, one movement now. Inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, bend your knees and fold. Inhale, look forwards and straighten. Exhale, send your right leg back, bring your right knee down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, raise your arms up to the sky. Anjaneyasana. Exhale. Inhale deeply. As you exhale, taking those hands down to the floor, step back into plank pose. Lower down, knees down, chest down, chin. Inhale, look up, lift up, squeeze up. Exhale, tuck your toes, push up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, step forwards with your right leg, bringing your left knee down. Raise your arms up to the sky and Jnanasana. Exhale, hands come down to the floor, tuck your back toes, step forwards. Inhale, look forwards. Exhale, we fold. Push for your heels, raise your arms up to the sky. Going straight onto the other side, bend your knees, forward fold. Inhale, look forwards and straighten. Exhale, taking that left leg back, bringing that left knee down. Inhale, raise your arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands come down to the floor, tuck your back toes, step back into plank pose, lower down, knees down, chest down, chin. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, push back. Inhale deeply. And as you exhale, stepping forward with that left leg, bring your right knee down. And tuck your toes at the back. Inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, float them down. Tuck your back toes, step forwards. Inhale, look forwards. And exhale, we fold. Inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, hands together in prayer. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, float it down, forward fold. Inhale, look forwards and straighten. And this time we're going to step back with your right leg, keeping that right knee lifted. Placing your hand underneath your shoulder, raising that left arm up with the knee lifted. Inhale. Exhale. Taking that left hand down to the floor. Really try and plant yourself and trust yourself, pushing into your feet. Raise your arms up. High lunge. Inhale. Exhale. Taking your hands down to the floor. Step back into plank pose. In your choice now, you can do Ashtanga Namaskara, knees, chest, chin, or lower down, Chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Only your hands and the backs of your feet touch the floor, or keep it in your Bhujangasana, Cobra pose. Tuck your toes, push up and back, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Raise your right leg up to the sky, and stepping it forwards. Once again, keeping that back knee lifted. Inhale, look forwards. And then exhale, step forwards to the front of the mat and fold. Push for your heels. Raise your arms up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, float it down. Bend your knees and fold. Inhale, look forwards and straighten. And as you exhale, step back with that left leg. Placing that hand on the floor underneath your shoulder, raise that right arm up to the sky. Inhale. And as you exhale, taking it down, really trust yourself here and raise your arms up. High lunge. Making sure that that knee is directly over your ankle. Inhale. And exhale, bring your hands down to the floor, step back into plank pose, Kumbhakasana. Exhale, Chaturanga or Ashtanga Namaskara. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, push back. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, stepping it forward. Inhale deeply. And as you exhale, come forwards into Uttanasana, forward fold. Pushing for your heels, inhale, rise. Exhale, hands together in prayer. Deep breath in. waist. Bring your weight into your left foot. And gently lift your right foot off the floor. Taking your arms by your sides, now start to hinge your weight forward, pushing into all four corners of that front foot, coming into Virabhadrasana 3. Bend into that back knee, turning on that back foot. Open your wings into Warrior 2. Pushing into the knife edge of that back foot. Having looked down at your front foot, making sure that your knee is once again tracking over your ankle, covering your little toes and not your big toes. Straightening into that front leg, turn all 5 toes of that left foot to the front of the mat. Reach your arms up to the sky, inhale. And as you exhale, pushing your hips back towards the wall behind you, coming into Prasarita. And just gently letting your head drop down to the earth, pushing your hips into the wall behind you, into that imaginary wall behind you. Trying to find some relaxation in this posture, making sure that you're not holding your quads or your thighs too tight. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your hands to your waist, pushing into the knife edge of your feet. Gently rise up. Inhale. Bring your arms out to your sides, turning all 5 toes of that left foot to the front edge of the mat, coming into Warrior 2. Inhale. Bring your hands to heart center, come onto the ball of that back foot, lean forwards. We're going to step forwards. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Hands come to your waist, bring the weight onto your right foot. Inhale deeply and gently lift your left foot off the floor. We're going to hinge at your hips, pushing your hips towards the wall behind you, reaching back through that left leg. And then if you want, you can take your arms down by your sides, coming into Virabhadrasana 3. And bending into the front knee, gently planting that foot down, raising your arms out to the side, coming in to Virabhadrasana 2. Bending into that front knee, checking your knees, tracking over your little toes and not your big, pushing into the knife edge of that back foot. Inhale, raise your arms up to the sky, straightening into that front leg and turning all 5 toes to face the long edge of the mat. And we'll gently bring your hips to your hands to your hips, pushing your hips towards the wall behind you. And again, just gently letting your head drop down, hands come to the floor, or perhaps you want to bring them to your shins this time. Pushing into the knife edges of both of your feet. Perhaps you rock your weight to the front of your feet this time. Whatever feels good in your body, trying to work those legs towards straight, keeping that back nice and straight. Bring your hands to your waist, gently lift yourself up. Open your wings, bending into that front knee, Warrior 2. Inhale. Exhale. Turning on the back foot, bring your hands to heart center. Maybe you need to step your back foot in a bit. And step forwards to the front of the mat. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, Samasthiti. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Clasp your fingers. So interlink your fingers. Take your hands and push the wall in front of you away from you, tucking your chin to your chest. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, raise your arms, still with those fingers interlinked up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale. Release those fingers, draw a circle around your body. Hands to heart center. Samasthiti. If you're doing this in the morning, have a lovely, lovely day. I'm not going to do a savasana. I'll let you walk clock off and enjoy your day. And if you're doing it in the evening, please feel free, lay down, have 5 minutes. Whatever. Thank you for joining me. See you soon.